We talked to Chris Young, plus Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan talk a guy off a ledge, and everyone in town is talking about One Country Star's new show. Music City 411 starts now. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Music City 411. I'm your host, Shane Tallant, and today we're at a really cool spot here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a brand new men's clothing store called The Label, and I'm joined by co-owner Renee Layer, not Label, but Layer. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
So tell me about this store. What was the brains behind this, and how did you decide, let's open a men's clothing store?
Well, Gary Allen has been a client of mine for years, and I've been a wardrobe stylist for a long time in town, and we had talked about doing something. We felt like that there was a missing link here in Nashville with men's clothing, so we decided to take the venture into it.
Now, Gary Allen, country artist Gary Allen, correct?
Yes, correct.
Well, he's always dressed so well, so you're responsible for that.
Well, I'd like to say yes.
I'm sure he would agree. And I've only been in here 5 minutes, and you've already got me decked out in some of your own gear, right? What is this?
That's a Demon Riff, and it's a gorgeous new Cafe Racer leather jacket from their new collection.
Well, I have a feeling this day is going to end up getting a little costly for me because this store is amazing. Now, one country artist that I could definitely see wearing some of this stuff is Chris Young. I don't know if he's been in or not, but I know he just recently celebrated his 5th consecutive #1. Well, I had a chance to talk to him about that and, of course, his early beginnings as a country star.
What I'm trying to say is no one gets me like you when you kiss me, girl.
The biggest thing is with me out of high school was when I released my first independent record, and that involved me, going out and raising my own money for it, doing construction with my dad, and finding a studio that was like in somebody's house to sing vocals in, and finding guys that would help, cut me a deal on mixing a record. I never would have been at that point if I hadn't have gone through everything that I went. Just being exposed to different things, whether it was jazz, choir, band, all the stuff that kind of helped me form what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be. I don't know if I'd have been ready to do that right out of high school. So that for me was a big turning point, making my first record, making a full album. And the fact that I was able to do it so quickly, I think that was a big turning point for me.
If one of the kids came up to you backstage and pulled you aside and said, hey, what piece of advice can you give me? What would you tell them?
If you love it, do it as much as you possibly can. I don't care if it's playing sax, singing, writing, being a drummer. The only thing that's going to make you stand out is really defining who you are and figuring that out yourself, and getting better at it. So I think that's probably the piece of advice I'd give them.
Chris is always such a nice guy. Now, Renee, tell me about the label. We talked that it's men's clothing, but it's not just men's clothing, right?
No, it isn't. It's pretty much a lifestyle created here. We have amazing furniture, lighting, gorgeous candles, accessories. It's really beautiful, but it does have the emphasis on men. But ladies, there's lots of great things here for you too.
Yeah, even the furniture's for sale, right?
Yes, exactly.
There's some really cool stuff here. Now, I don't know, again, Chris Young hasn't been in, but Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan may have stopped in once or twice before, but the two are on tour together right now, blowing the roof off arenas all across America. Well, recently, one fan got a little unruly, and take a look at what these two did to save the day. At a recent show in Champaign, Illinois, Aldean and Bryan were playing Tracy Lawrence's Time Marches On for their fans when one fan got a little too comfortable, almost falling from a ledge. As you can see, Aldean and Bryan stopped the show, trying to convince the guy who had a few drinks in him to be careful. Luke even tried to keep him from getting roughed up by the show security.
Don't hurt him. He's in the spirit.
Well, the men in black swooped in and got the guy off the ledge, but that didn't stop him from trying to get a few high fives from the two country stars. Eventually, they were able to get the guy under control and got him out of the arena, but not without his own song from Luke and Jason.
So, I don't know what took me up right there. There he goes. That is the key. Oh, there he goes.
Well, that guy definitely was having a fun time. It's crazy kids. So talk to me, Renee, about some other things you guys do here at the label. I know you guys do make to measure, and it's, again, a lot more than just clothes.
Absolutely. We actually do leathers and suitings, and we can actually create or make anything that you want. It's great for tours or great for anyone that needs that extra special thing. We also have amazing leather goods, great wallets, jewelry, and perfect hats for everyone.
There are some really cool things in here, especially this metallic blazer, which, I'm thinking, it makes me think Garth Brooks, no? I don't know if I'd see Garth wearing that anytime soon, but I know what his wife is wearing these days, and that's an apron. Here's why. Trisha Yearwood is set to have a new show on the Food Network. Yearwood will share food traditions and display her Southern hospitality, sharing recipes with friends and family, and preparing Sunday dinners to planning family reunion barbecues. Each of the 6 themed episodes will invite viewers into her kitchen for her favorite meals and family stories. The show doesn't have a name quite yet, but we do know that they're taping right here in Nashville, and it's set to premiere sometime in April. We're running out of time in this episode of Music City 411, but before we go, I want to find out, what are some of the artists that have come in, and is there anything that you can show us that they've purchased?
Well, actually, this line is from Logan Reese. It's a leather collection, and he does every piece is unique and really gorgeous. We actually had Brad Paisley buy a camo and silver leather piece that he wore on CMAs. We've had Axl Rose in. He's bought some red leather. So, yeah, we've had a lot of fun with it.
Pretty cool. Well, thank you so much for having us today. Make sure you check out their website. It's thelabelnashville.com. And make sure you follow us on Twitter at MusicCity411. Until next time, I'm Shane Tallant. Thanks so much for loving country music. And I think we're going to go do some shopping, right?
Absolutely.
Let's go.